Happy holidays and welcome to Extra. I'm Joanne Hines.
And I'm Georgia Lash. Here at Extra, we bring you expanded coverage of recently broadcast features from Sun City News.
'Tis the season for holiday shopping and errands. If you don't have a ride or can't stand the traffic, find out about a service that can help you. Georgia, give us the details.
No, it's not a sleigh, but there's a new transit service in our area, the Bluffton Breeze. I got on board to learn what it's all about.
If you like to be on the go, we've got a new way to get you there. Today we're going to learn about the new Bluffton Breeze transit system available to us. And what better way to learn than to hop on board the bus and learn from the Executive Director of Low Country Regional Transit Authority, Mary Lou Franzoni.
Mary Lou, this is so much fun to hop on board. I kind of feel like I'm on a field trip today. But before we launch into too many of the details, take us back a bit. When did the transit system launch?
Well, Palmetto Breeze itself started out as the Beaufort-Jasper Transportation Authority in 1978. The mission in 1978 was to bring workers in from Beaufort and Jasper counties, the outlying areas, to jobs on Hilton Head then, because Bluffton was very small in 1978. And that continues to be our mission. We're now a 5-county authority, and we still run commuter buses from the outlying counties to bring people to work.
Mary Lou, describe for us the routes that are possible to take on the Bluffton Breeze.
Well, the Bluffton Breeze, there's 2 routes, and one is the Bluffton Parkway route, and the other is the Buckwalter Place route. The Bluffton Parkway serves the Tanger Malls 1 and 2, the apartments on Bluffton Parkway. It also goes to Sam's Club, Walmart. It goes to the Publix shopping center on Buck Island that also has the medical building. Mm-hmm. And then it comes out to the Buckwalter Place shopping center, and then it comes up north on Buckwalter Parkway and serves the Berkeley Place, where there's also a movie theater and everything along the way. There's 50 stops altogether.
Now, when is the service available?
It's a Monday to Friday service. It runs from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the buses come by on an hourly basis.
Now I have to ask, what is the cost to your riders?
So right now it's free, and it's free at least till January. That's as we're trying to get it people familiar with the service and what you can do with the Bluffton Breeze. In January, the fares will kick in at $1 a ride.
I don't want to sound greedy, but as I looked at the route, I have to look at my interests of my neighbors in Sun City, and I thought about a lot of our households are 1 golf cart, 1 car. So if your other half has the car, you're pretty limited in your reach. But is there any thought to getting a stop closer, let's say, so that a golf cart could park and then be able to access? Well, I was thinking of like we could golf cart over to like a Walgreens or a Food Lion parking lot and then, have that accessibility. So
well, we're more than willing to entertain those conversations.
Okay, as long as I've got you thinking. Someone mentioned to me when I said I was coming on here today, they said, we love Old Town Bluffton. Mm-hmm. Oh, we love going to the farmer's market. We hate parking. Any thoughts about expanding over to the Old Town Bluffton area?
The thoughts are there, of course, and they were from the beginning. And by next year, we'll be serving that area, whether we alter this route or we add another route that interfaces.
Mary Lou, before we leave you, we've got to ask, you've made things so nice and simple for us to understand this new transit system, but even as we carry on, you've got some apps that we can utilize on our phones to help us understand how to use the system better. Tell us about them.
The one app I think is most useful is called Catch the Breeze. And when you get the Catch the Breeze app, actually when you select different routes, it will tell you in real time where the bus is. So if you're wondering, you don't have a schedule, when does that bus come, you can go on Catch the Breeze and put up the Bluffton Breeze, and it will show you the 2 buses en route, and you can watch them as they move. And on our website, palmettobreezetransit.com, all the schedules and timetables are on there, so you can also look at that at home. The other app we have is a, I can't remember, Breeze Pass. The Breeze Pass app. And that's our mobile payment app. And so it's very convenient, and you can pay for your tickets in advance, and then you bring them up on your phone when you come on, and so you don't have to have the correct change or anything. The tickets store for 6 months, so you don't want to buy like a whole year's worth, but you can buy a few tickets and have them in your wallet, and then when you go to get on the bus, you don't even need Wi-Fi or anything because they're already in your ticket wallet.
Oh, great.
You get right on the bus.
Oh, I'm thinking this is good for a little ladies' afternoon shopping trip. See if we can fill the bus with all of our parcels. This has been delightful. We wish you the best of luck in this service you're providing to our residents.
Thank you so much, and I'm thinking it's going to be very successful.
I like that idea of Ladies' Day Out.
The bus is a great option, but our Sun City Car Club reminded us how much we love our cars. Georgia, you and I had a chance to check out this year's Sun City Car Show. Hi, I'm Joanne Hines, and we're here at a fall Sun City tradition, the Sun City Car Show, now in its 21st year.
And I'm Georgia Lash. That car club has not skipped a beat. 21 years, even though last year it was a virtual car show.
Now Mag Hall parking lot never looked so good.
Now we're going to be busy, JoJo, so we got to get going. You're going to help talk to our Staying Connected, the charity of choice for today, and you're going to talk to our crowd. We've got a good one. And I'm going to go over and see the car show organizers, and I also want to check with those car show owners with these beautiful rides. John, you're doing double duty here today. You are the MC, but you're also the car club president. So let's talk about that first. How many volunteers did it take to get the show on the road?
George, it's really remarkable. We have over 60 volunteers. Some of them have done this for multiple number of years, so they come with a lot of experience. But really, you don't see the unknown part, which is the last 12 to 15 months that these guys have been working to put this show together. A great bunch of volunteers.
I have to ask, you put this on, it's lovely, it's fun. What's the true benefit to all of Sun City with this car show?
Well, obviously, the true benefit is to the car club members who get to show their rides out here today. But what it provides to the greater community is everybody loves a car. You put an old car out here on the parking lot and somebody comes by and says, oh, I remember that when my boyfriend had one of those in high school, or my dad had a car like that. So it brings back a lot of pleasant memories to the people in Sun City, and it just comes out to be a beautiful day for all of us.
And I think somebody else benefits, and that's certainly our charity of choice, if you want to go ahead and mention that.
Staying Connected is our charity, of course, of our charity of choice.
Al, this is so exciting to talk to you. Number one, I don't know if you know this, but this is the first year the Sun City Car Show has had an electric vehicle hybrid class. Okay, but you didn't just bring one of the cars. I want to hear about this Tesla.
Well, this car is unique. 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. It has 22 speakers, 8 cameras, and 12 sensors around it. It's full computerized. It has a yoke, not a steering wheel, a yoke. Everything is push button, full self-driving. What that means, enter your destination, keep your hands in the steering wheel. It stops the stop signs, stops the traffic lights, it takes off, it follows the car. The only thing it doesn't do is make turns right now, and that's to come.
And it doesn't pay for your drive-through expense when you go through the drive-through. No. Oh, this is amazing. Jim, I'm here to talk to you because I heard you've got the oldest, not birthday, but car here.
Well, I think Sonny's is a 30, so we're real close. But yeah, it's a 33 Nashtown sedan. It's the only one they know of left. My father took it in on trade in 1945. And so it's been in my family for 80 years.
Oh, that's a good story, to be able to not just share a beautiful car, but beautiful memories of your family with the car.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's a labor of love, for sure.
Now, how long does it take, or did it take you a long time to restore it?
Oh, it's never been restored. It's all original. I mean, we do maintenance and upkeep to it, but all the interior, all the engine, everything, the mohair inside is all the way it came from the factory.
Jojo, you're out there somewhere in the crowd. Tell us what's going on.
Well, join me as I hit the crowd to see their People's Choice Award and ask them if they saw anything that they'd like to ride home today.
It was very difficult. The cars were just fantastic, so it was very hard to make a choice. But my People's Choice Award went to the Rolls-Royce.
A lot of great cars out here. I think my favorite has to be the Rolls-Royce Phantom. It's an amazing car, and you don't see too many of those on the road, so that's really got to be my favorite.
My favorite car here today is the Porsche 911, the white one over there. It's a 4-seater, and I love it and want one.
I have picked my favorite car. It's the red Chevrolet wagon. I don't know the number. I'm sorry, but it's really sharp, really pretty car, really unique style. I like it a lot.
Now back to you, Georgia.
Okay, Steve, the checkered flag, finish line, all of it's about to come to an end here. How happy are you with the results of the 2021 show?
This is overwhelming to the whole team, and it took a team to put this together. We're happy. Look around as you've been filming, so yeah, it's good.
Your car club goes to a lot of car shows. You have a lot of chances to show your car. So why is this so important for a Sun City car show?
Well, what we have in front of you are a variety of cars and a lot of different makes and years, just like people in Sun City. Quality, that's what we're after.
And heritage.
And heritage and having a good time. People are smiling, kids are having a good time, so it's very successful.
Jojo, checkered flag's about to signal the end of this fun show. I had such a good time talking to the car owners with those fabulous rides.
And I got to talk with the spectators and find out who they picked for their favorite car.
Thank you to the Sun City Car Club for this fabulous show and for their generosity to staying connected. Santa, if you're listening, we'll take any one of those cars. But Joanne, you've got some other gift ideas.
Yes, I do. A Sun City visit to the Woodworkers Open House showed off the unique and wonderful creations. Let's take a look.
We're at the woodworking shop today because it's their 20th annual sale. These are items that are up for sale. Generally, they're not available because of the uniqueness of today.
Mark, and you're a member of the board, I see.
Yes, I'm the president of the guild, have been the past year and for next year too, I hope.
Okay.
I did some work last night and found out that this is our 20th consecutive open house.
Terrific.
And it includes last year where we had the sidewalk sale in 2020 during the pandemic for social distancing. And it was so successful, we decided to do it again in the spring, so we have a spring sale. And then this year we're kind of doing a hybrid because we want to make sure people get to see all the work that the members do in the shop and get a chance to walk through the shop. So this year is quite different, but still very exciting. And as you've seen, we've got all kinds of products for people to come and do. And
Michael, I understand, let's see, what are you in charge of? The event coordinator?
I'm in charge of the whole thing.
Just look at the camera.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm in charge of the whole thing. We've set up the almost 250 people involved with this today. With the planning and the setup and the execution. So it looks like we're having a pretty good turnout.
So far, and it's really early. It's a little after 8 o'clock, and you've got a lot of buyers out here.
And it looks promising.
Yes, yes. And as Kathy was saying, first come, first serve.
Yeah.
I think that's terrific.
It absolutely is. They've got a lot of products there available, and both member sales and guild products. So there's a lot of choices out there for people to pick from.
Great, great. I appreciate all your work and hard effort putting this together. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
Right.
But it all comes together.
All right, I understand there's some demos. Could you explain to me what that means?
Well, we have the carvers and the turners that are demonstrating today their skills.
Oh.
The carvers are actually over there in the parking lot. They are carving a parakeet, and they're explaining how to do that to the people that are watching. And inside, we have our turners that are going to be turning a couple different things. One is a top for the kids. There's the top spinners.
Okay.
And also a little bud vase.
Wow.
So they're and these will be handed out to them as gifts.
Wow. And that's a solid piece of wood
that's
started?
a solid piece of wood. Now, this is not.
No. That's great.
I'm showing them that with a block of wood like this, you can come up with something like this.
Wow.
Or any other of the finished products.
Wow.
What an array of beautiful and practical gift ideas.
Well, moving on, Sun City TV is determined to keep you abreast of what's going on inside and outside our gates. Georgia, please fill us in on the current county developments.
In my monthly sit-down with Beaufort County Councilman Joe Passament, I learned the hows and whys of redistricting, a process which is currently underway in all of our South Carolina counties. In the current process, your council is working on redistricting.
Yes.
Now, tell us, why now? Some of our readers don't, or viewers don't understand, why are you redistricting?
Okay, so there is a whole process that we have to go through. It's called the federal census that was just done in 2020. Because of that, we now have to redistrict. So what we do is we take the population of Beaufort County, what it was in 2010, what it is now in 2020. It has increased by over 15%.
I bet.
We're now at 187,117 residents.
Joe, now you said redistricting is done after each census, so a 10-year span. You're talking about the growth that we've had, but let's maybe give our new residents here in Sun City a better picture. What's the current status? How many districts are in Beaufort County?
Okay, there are 11 districts in Beaufort County covering the entire county. They aren't, quote unquote, not equal in population. That is what is the reason for redistricting. The rule is when the census takes place, you have to redistribute your population by district so that you have what is called one person, one vote, which means that one district might have only 13,000 people in it. Another district might have 23,000 people in it, which means it's more difficult to elect someone when it's 23,000 people versus 13,000 people. And that is the case in Beaufort County right now.
Now, which of our county districts actually had the most growth? Because that would seem to really influence this.
Yes, the most growth is in southern Beaufort County, specifically two areas. Town of Bluffton, which has two representatives, District 7 and District 9. The other growth factor is in District 6, which is my district. That's the unincorporated section of Beaufort County. It includes Sun City and the surrounding areas. As a matter of fact, the three districts that have grown the most are District 7, which has 23,000 residents in that district. District 9, he has 20,000, and I have 19,146 residents, whereas every other district has actually declined in population. So now, here's the situation you have. And we're going to use my district because it's Sun City and I'm speaking to the Sun City residents and my District 6 individuals. By the rules that we must calculate, one person, one vote means you take the 187,117 residents, divide it by 11, and you get 17,011 residents. So the ideal goal is for us to have districts that comprise 17,000 residents.
I saw the chart that you've sent us about this process, and I looked at that and I thought, how do you do it? And also I realized there's some rules you have to follow about how you do this.
Yeah. So, in essence, I have 19,146 residents. I should have 17,000. Well, how do I reduce by almost 2,000 people? Well, that's what redistricting is all about. We have what are called GIS maps, and you saw the form that shows where we are. We're now going to take and actually move neighborhoods and communities around to see how they could fit in districts that make everything quote unquote alike. But here are the other criterias we have to follow. One, they all should be the same size. Two, every district has to be contiguous. which means you can't have a district here and then one jumps several miles and becomes there.
Like the jigsaw puzzle piece
Correct.
that you try to fit in, but you can't
Correct.
do it.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
That's
that
called
makes sense.
gerrymandering. The other thing is you have to do two things. One, you have to be cognizant of minority populations, and we have two significant minority populations in Beaufort County. We have the black population, which is centered mostly in the northern section of Beaufort County, and now we have a very large Hispanic population that is in Bluffton. So we have to be cognizant of that, and we also have to be cognizant of communities. Communities are neighborhoods. You know, are they alike? Are they dissimilar? How can we do this? It is going to be a very fascinating process that we must go through, but by law we must go through it. So we're going to follow those steps.
When is the deadline?
Our target date is January 24th.
But thank you for giving us the heads up about the redistricting process. I hope you've all learned something. Thank you.
Now that was quite a civics lesson.
Mm-hmm. Let's finish up with our Veterans Day presentation. Joanne, fill us in.
Thanks to our Sun City Veterans Association, they always deliver a poignant program which commemorates all who served in the military. Sun City TV was there to capture this event.
We're at the Magnolia Hall parking lot on a beautiful November Veterans Day. The Sun City Singers are warming up, the color guard is amassing and getting ready to march in, and the dignitaries are starting to show up. The program will be dedicated to remembering Korean War veterans, and we'll have a wonderful guest speaker in Louis Vaughn. Let's take a look.
Color guard, advance the colors.
Well, welcome, Mr. Vaughn, to this wonderful Veterans Day celebration, and tell us a little bit about your background as a Korean War combatant.
Well, I have to say that I wasn't a combatant. I joined the military in July 1950, July 17th, as just 16 years old, okay, wanting to go to Korea. And twice we were scheduled to go, and you know, the military, they changed their mind.
Yeah.
So I had to re-enlist in 1953 to finally get to Korea in January 1954. That's the only reason I re-enlisted. I wanted to go. But anyway, I just have a passion for these guys that I know what it was like over there because I've seen the aftermath and some little minor skirmishes, but not like what the ones with the 37 months over there. That was awful over there.
Well, you have spent a lot of time as the head of the Korean War Veterans Association, and that's been a very fine effort. And what is the status of the memorial and getting the right names up there?
Okay. The memorial has been approved. It's in the process of being erected. They have all the money necessary to do that at this point in time. Of course, they need funds for maintenance, but they're completely redoing that thing up there. It's just not the wall. But it's scheduled to be finished midsummer next year. And in fact, the matter is we're going to have a special honor flight for these guys if we can get them to go to Washington for the dedication.
Well, that's terrific. And you've also spent 20 years serving the state in the General Assembly in Columbia, and that's certainly appreciated. And what's the focus of your speech today?
Well, the focus is just telling these people about this, and we broke this down by county. And Beaufort County was the first county to meet their goals. But I didn't know anybody in Jasper County, and so they only had 4, but we just couldn't raise money down there, and we were going to try to raise the money here today for those 4. But now, let me make sure people understand, it doesn't matter where the money comes from. These names are going to be on that wall of the KIAs, okay? So I wouldn't be part of anything that left anybody out. It's okay.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time today, and we appreciate your service, both military and civilian, and it's a great day, so go get them.
Yes, it is.
If you direct your attention to the sky to your right, the VMFA 115 Silver Eagles will honor us with a flyover.
That's Extra for December. I'm Joanne Hines. Please check out the program guide in Sensations and the Sun City website for our other SCTV monthly shows.
And I'm Georgia Lash. Thank you for watching. Please join us again next month as we bring you extra coverage of stories and features from Sun City News. Happy holidays!